All right, you guys. So, hold on, y'all. Make sure y'all can hear me. Hold on. All right, you guys, man. So I found this to be absolutely disgusting. Um, Today, we all know that now. Shannon Sharpe, basically was sued by Bret Favre. Uh, the lawsuit got thrown out. Then, for some unknown reason, he tried to sue him again. He tried to rehash the lawsuit, and it got thrown out again because Shannon Sharpe was calling Bret Favre out on different allegations that's been thrown at Bret Favre. Now, here's the funny part right here, right? So Bret Favre went and testified on this thing, and during his testimony, he tried to bring out today that he's been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, and some people are saying that, hey, man, what I'm saying, hey, give him some mercy. And then you got other people saying, what mercy? You say, it don't matter what you are got going on with your personal life or anything. If you allegedly committed a crime, you should have to answer to that. You understand what I'm saying? And it's kind of crazy how now on the news they're saying that Brett Favre is not, I'm gonna repeat myself again. They're saying he's not in legal trouble. Now I want you guys to hear what they said today on the news, and we're gonna come back and talk about this.
Joe, Brett Favre is a Super Bowl winner and a veteran of 20 NFL seasons, now a Parkinson's patient, but he's also connected to this massive fraud. Aside from the reputational damage, is he in legal jeopardy?
So legal trouble, no. And actually, since 2022, there have not been any criminal charges brought against him. Now, we do know, as you referenced, there was this civil case that he said today he couldn't talk about because there were NDAs involved. So presumably there was either a settlement that has already happened or on the way. Usually that's the case when you've got NDAs signed. But in the court of public opinion is where he says he has taken a serious hit. Brett Favre today talked about how basically any state he went into, any circle, he was very well received. And he maintains that after the scandal even, and until this day, he is innocent. He did not know, he claims, that the money he fought for and won was actually meant for welfare recipients. But this is what he says about how his reputation has been affected.
Really across the country, whether you're a fan or not, I was well received pretty much anywhere I went. That changed, understandably so. The fact that I was branded as a person who stole welfare money, that's the lowest of low. And it couldn't be further from the truth.
Now, Elizabeth, just to remind the viewers at home what we're talking about here, in 2022, as you mentioned, $77 million in Mississippi alone from these TANF funds, this is for welfare recipients, were diverted to, as you mentioned, pet projects and things like that. Brett Favre specifically lobbied for and won $5 million for a facility to build a volleyball and athletic center at his alma mater where his daughter was playing volleyball, actually. And he also ended up getting money for a company, pharmaceutical company, for research on pills that he thought might help for concussions. He lobbied for that. He also got speech money for speeches he didn't actually give. He says he's returned all of this money that he didn't know. Again, I was surprised how many lawmakers just accepted that premise that he was innocent. Only a few on this committee really drilled down and tried to grill him. I expected there would be more who did that, but it was only a small handful.
Yeah, we've seen plenty of theatrics on Capitol Hill with congressmen, making outlandish statements and asking incredibly, aggressive questions. And they didn't do that today. Joe Khalil, thank you. All right, to help break it all down, Jesse Weber is here, News Nation legal contributor and Law and Crime Network host. How can you say he didn't know that this was all charity money? Is that plausible?
Well, look, it's interesting because I was surprised when this first came out he wasn't criminally charged. Everybody around him was. So
He's the only one who wasn't.
And you're talking about the head of the welfare program in Mississippi, pled guilty. The head of this nonprofit where the money was funneled through, who he communicated with regularly, pled guilty. By the way, the whistleblower in this case was the governor, who he was constantly in contact with. And look, the reason I think one of why he wasn't pressed today, and maybe cross-examined is the right phraseology, is they might accept the fact that he was kept in the dark about it all, that he says, look, it's from grant money. But what's hard to swallow about that is if you read a lot of the text messages where he's pressing the governor for more money, make this happen, this is Ole Miss. And the governor came back to him and said, there are rules. I don't want to go to federal prison. Yeah. That's a wake-up call. Wait a second. Something might not be right here. And I don't know how surprised he was when this news came out, but clearly prosecutors don't believe there was enough to charge him criminally. He is being sued for the interest that he owes. So he repaid the money on the speaking fees that, he allegedly
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
We're still paying that much.
Going back on the other money, he texts at one point, quote, if you were to pay me, is there any way the media can find out where it came from and how much? If you're trying to keep it secret, isn't that a red flag that what you're doing is wrong?
Yeah, I think that's really bad, but he can make the argument, look, I'm a public figure. I don't want everybody to know where this money is coming from. I just want this volleyball stadium to be built. And look, my daughter goes there. I don't want it to look like a conflict of interest. He could make those arguments, but in a scandal where he's accused of misappropriating money and taking money for personal benefit and taking this money to help the school, it doesn't look right. It doesn't feel right. And I think they could have built a case against him, but maybe they felt it wasn't necessary based on everybody else there.
And then thanks so much for watching.
Absolutely disgusting. So that's just absolutely disgusting, and it's a disgrace. All the people around him pleading guilty and getting charged, but he don't get no charges, none. See what I'm saying? And this is the type of system that they got that we're seeing being ran. Absolutely disgrace. And then they told y'all right then about the text messages and all these things. You know what I'm saying? Oh, they say he felt like he was kept in the dark about certain. Man, come on, bro. If the dude is telling you he didn't want to go to federal prison, and then he had to, basically account for the funds and couldn't just go do it like that, well, why you keep pushing him? And even this is white people that was on the news sitting up there, shocked that they didn't press this dude, that they didn't, charge this guy, man. Unfreaking believable, man. But bro, hey, man, listen, man. Again, this is why the brothers be upset, man. I understand why all the brothers be upset, because it ain't no real heat on this. It ain't no round the clock coverage on national TV networks, online about this. If it's not the brothers or the people that's online telling y'all about this on these media networks, so you wouldn't even hear about it. That's even white people was sick of this. Was sick when they heard about this, man. That was all white people on that station I just played, and they were all upset about that situation, bro. Complete disgrace, man. Complete disgrace, man. It's dishonorable, man. Just dishonorable, bro. But again, they said they talking about they don't think Bret Favre is going to be charged. How everybody else around him in that situation get charged or he walks scot-free. Make it make sense, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe. The 2 lawsuits against Shannon Sharpe got thrown out because it was bogus. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me. The 2 lawsuits he tried to put on Shannon Sharpe. And y'all let me know what y'all feel, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Ring the bell, man. I'm gone.